Well, as we all know, that it's a victory for the Yingluck government again after the Constituent Court gave green lights to two decrees. The first one is the decree, the flood prevention decree, and the other one is the decree that will allow the financial institution development funds to debt burden to be transferred to the Bank of Thailand. Khun Tunsatit, what do you think about the verdict of the courts?
Well, first of all, it's a very good news for the Yingluck government. It could have been much worse if the court had rejected the two decrees. Well, you have to read between the lines when it comes to the verdict. What I read from the verdict is that the court gave a lot of importance to the confidence factor.
Right.
The court apparently was trying to ease the concern of the Thai people, of business investors, and of the business operators.
Right.
When it comes to the flooding. The court sees that as an emergency, as some kind of urgency to ease the concern of these people.
To rebuild the trust from foreign investment
right.
as well. Right.
So this is a verdict that is based on confidence factor.
Right. So what are the immediate reactions from both the government and the opposition after the verdict?
It could have been worse for the government if the court had rejected, as we said before. But now the government seems to be celebrating, and the opposition was blooding a little bit. But I don't think there will be a big issue over the next few days. Maybe Khun Chalerm Yubamlung and Gorn Jatit of the Democrat Party would exchange some verbal remarks, but it will go away after a few days. So I think the issue will be over, the debate over the emergency of the two decrees.
Right. On the need to borrow money for the flood prevention, I can see the emergency. But what about the FIDF decree? What is the court reason?
Well, apparently, again, you have to read between the lines again. Apparently, the court want to give the government some financial flexibility.
Right.
Of course, the court acknowledged that this is an issue that had been long-standing. A lot of previous governments have tried to solve this issue, and that's why the opposition was asking why you think this is become all of a sudden become some kind of urgent.
Right.
But the court said that due to the flooding last year, this has become an emergency. The government needs some form of flexibility in financial management in the future.
Right. In the past, the court is always criticized by the raters, but after the verdict, what do you think how the raters or the Pheu Thai will look at the court from now on?
That's a very good question. This is the same court, we have to say, that decided about 2 years ago to not to dissolve the Democrat Party.
Right.
This is that court. This is the same
court.
panel of judges. And this panel of judges also came to existence under the 2007 charter,
Right.
which the Red people and the Pheu Thai Party do not like very much. So this is the court that comes from the charter that the Red do not like, and it's the same court that make a decision concerning the Democrat Party that the Red do not like. But today, development will change things. I think the image of the Constituent Court in the eyes of the Red and the Pheu Thai Party and the Yingluck government will improve.
This loan is quite a big of money, and hopefully that it will not come to West, and hopefully again that the government will use this money in an honest and effective manner.